I'm Brian Birch. I've learned a lot about clean language, and I'm interested that there's a new clean language book about coaching and supervision at its best: build, engage, support and trust. I'm here with Jackie Arnold.
Hi Brian.
Jackie, is there a relationship between coaching supervision and clean language?
Yes, there is. I think coaching supervision, as it's normally done, is great, but clean language gives it a real other dimension, because it allows the facilitator as a supervisor to stand right back, to allow the other person to use their language, to be in their own mind space, to be able to think clearly in the area and the space that they want to be in, for the supervisor to remain non-directive, facilitative, non-judgmental, not in the space of the person who they're supervising, but at the same time keeping that person safe with their questions and their challenges, because supervision with clean language is particularly challenging.
And standing right back, is there anything else about standing right back when the supervisor stands right back?
Yes, it gives the person space to be able to think much clearer. So if you're a clean facilitator, you're able to allow that person that space, that very unique space for them, which is not my space. So I can stay right out of it and allow them to think very clearly about their own patterns, the way that they're supervising, the way that they're coaching, the way that they're intervening with the person that's in front of them, and also to recognise their own patterns in the way that they work.
And what kind of patterns could those patterns be?
Well, for example, when I get supervision, and particularly clean supervision, I notice, because of the facilitator's questions, that I ask questions in a certain way, or with a certain emphasis, or that I make interventions because it might be coming from my head, and I don't want to do that. I want to avoid that at all costs, and bringing it to my attention means that I can avoid it. I can actually come with a clean question and make sure that I'm not intervening into the space or the mindset of the other person that I'm supervising.
And you want to avoid and interfering. Is there a relationship between clean language and interfering?
Yes, because as a clean language specialist, you can actually not make assumptions. So I'm clear of assumptions. I'm not assuming that I know what that person is telling me. I'm allowing that person to tell me with a clean headspace, and then I'm just asking questions based on the language that that person is using. So instead of having to think of a question, I'm actually working with the language and the sentences and the phrases, and actually particularly in clean language, the metaphors of the person I'm supervising.
And when you work with the metaphors of the person you're supervising, what happens next?
They create a particular space where they go into a metaphor, which of course we know is very powerful for them. So they have an image, they have a feeling, a sensation that they can hold on to way after the supervision is finished. And it will remind them of the things that they were talking about during the session. It will also remind them of the things that are important to them during supervision, during coaching, whichever we're doing. And I think that metaphor is something that you keep with you forever. I mean, I've had supervision where I've discovered a pattern and I've got a metaphor for that. That stays with me. Whereas just a question-answer session, the person can go away and forget what happened in the session. With a metaphor, it's very much with them.
And do you have a metaphor for coaching supervision at its best?
Yes, I have the metaphor of a golden eagle, and I see it as something that's above, that has a huge spectrum in front of them, and that the eagle can actually see what's going on in the long grass, but the people down in the grass can't really see what's going on, but the supervisor can, and they can swoop down and support that person in the long grass whenever is necessary. So that's my metaphor, if you like, for coaching supervision at its best.
And is this the golden eagle?
And that's the golden eagle.
And I've noticed in the book you have some models. What kind of models do you have in the book?
Well, there's two models. There's one that I invented myself, which is the circle model. And the other is Peter Hawkins and Robin Shoy. They developed a model called Seven-Eyed Model. And what I've done with that in the book is attempted to clean the seven-eyed model, so that we can use the seven-eyed model with clean questions, with metaphor, and that it actually works just as well, if not even better.
Right. Okay, thank you very much. I'm reading the book, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm trying to use it to make sure that I'm coaching at my best.
Great, thanks,
Thank you.
Brian.
Thank you.